Hello and welcome. My name's John Chorley, Senior Vice President of Supply Chain Product Strategy, and today we're going to review Update 24B in this Spotlight video. Thank you for watching. Update 24B is probably the most significant update in Fusion Supply Chain so far. So joining me today will be some of the folks who brought this update to you: Kristen Miles, Mike Lizio, and Tom Anthony, and I'll cover some of the other features myself in the rest of this Spotlight video. So Update 24B comes at a pivotal moment for supply chains. Supply chains have never been more visible, more critical, and more subject to change than they are now. So with our solutions and with Update 24B, we're able to drive the differentiation that enterprises need to thrive in this highly volatile environment. Our guiding vision for supply chain is to leverage the power of intelligence and AI to inform decision-making and provide insights, to deliver systems that are a pleasure to use, that empower the user, to connect processes across the supply chain, because if there's something that does define supply chain, it is that it has to connect different aspects of the internal processes as well as the extended ecosystem. To incorporate sustainability as, if you like, the fourth leg: cost, time, quality, and sustainability are all important to delivering first-class supply chain solutions. And finally, to have systems that help folks adapt to the changes. There is no normal anymore. It's constantly changing, and we need to deliver systems that continually innovate and support that flexibility and innovation that supply chains require. Fusion Supply Chain is the broadest and deepest supply chain suite available on the cloud today. And we are furthermore committed to innovation that truly matters and delivers differentiated capabilities across the supply chain. Our solutions are designed such as that each one of them delivers best-in-class capabilities, but together the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. It's my great pleasure to welcome today to talk about a great new capability in Update 24B, mobile inventory. With me here is Kristen Miles, Vice President of Healthcare Product Strategy, and Mike Lizio, Senior Director of Inventory Product Strategy. So let's start. So mobile inventory. Up till now, we've kind of relied on partners for this capability. So why now? Why develop this now? And I've got to ask, how did we manage to develop this quite so quickly?
Well, it was a kind of a number of things coming together at one time. It was having the new Redwood tech stack that allowed us to build a great user-friendly interface, as well as focusing on a couple of industry use cases and starting out simpler, and then we'll add to it as we go along.
Fantastic. And I think, too, it's fair to say that having it built into the product significantly simplifies the environment for our customers as well.
Exactly. They don't need to have a bunch of different tech stacks working together. It's all inbuilt.
Built in, not bolt on.
Yes.
Okay. So can you explain a little bit of some of the capabilities that are contained within mobile inventory?
Sure. We started on the core inventory transactions, so things like cycle counting, receiving, put away, some miscellaneous transactions, moving inventory around in the warehouse, and two new capabilities. One is for capturing par counts, and the other is for delivering goods to their final destination once you receive them at the dock. So, I
know we're going to talk a little bit more about PAR when we talk with Kristen, but obviously a key capability within healthcare.
Yes, definitely.
So what else has been added along with mobile inventory?
So we've added a number of things. We've added not only support for recall counting, so when goods need to be quarantined, when you get a notification that goods are need to be recalled, we can go pull them off the shelves and quarantine them for disposition. So we have a new mobile counting app for that. We also are supporting things like simple labeling, and all of the mobile products, whether they're the core inventory transactions or the delivery management or PAR, all support either commercial bring your own device type of things using the device's camera as a scanner, as well as the industrial kind of typical scanning capabilities. And we support multiple barcode formats, including GS1 and all the standard ones. So yeah, it's a pretty complete solution.
Very comprehensive and also, if I may say, competitively differentiated too. So
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Okay, so what types of customers do you think can use the capability in 24B?
I think it'll go for a lot of different customers with simpler distribution use cases. The two industries we kind of focused on were healthcare use cases and then the simpler stockroom and distribution use cases.
With, I am sure, more to come in future updates.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. We're still very busy.
Okay, so let's talk about PAR, obviously a key business process within most healthcare providers. So, what is PAR cart management and how are we supporting it?
So PAR is used in hospitals as stockrooms on the nursing floor. It's not perpetually tracked inventory. And mostly relied on because nurses will run into the PAR location, grab what they need, and then off they go to a patient experience. And so they are only periodically counted throughout the week. So we needed a way to allow those periodic counts to be done with a mobile experience in a much more succinct way. So our solution absolutely allows for that. The PAR counter will go up into that storeroom on the floor. They will locate the bin that they're looking for, scan it, add in the amount of product left on the shelf, and that generates a replenishment order that they will then bring up at a later time in the day.
I assume, too, that there's probably a couple of different ways they organize their PAR locations. I've heard the phrase two-bin, for example. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Some of our healthcare providers will leverage a Kanban two-bin solution where they're literally just, when the bin is empty, that generates a replenishment order, or they've just got a giant bin that they put everything in in that location, and they're just doing a count. Or they're saying how many they know that they need. So you can do it in either way. It's very configurable because we found that no one does it the same.
Fantastic. So I think up until now, as we've said, that we've relied on partners for this solution. And I guess with this now, we're covering the ground that would normally be done by a partner.
Yeah, it's in healthcare. Absolutely.
That's fantastic.
Yes, they're very excited. I'm very excited.
Me too. Also, I believe, Mike, there's an aspect we call delivery management in mobile inventory. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Yes. So the purpose of delivery management, it's actually two pieces. One is when goods are received and they're destined for either someone's desk or a department someplace outside of the warehouse, or they're going to a PAR location like Kristen was talking about. As those goods are received, we'll print delivery labels, and we can also add ad hoc deliveries. So for things like gifts or flowers or things like that, you can easily create deliveries for those, stage all that, print labels for it, and then use the mobile delivery app to deliver those to their final destination. And once you deliver it, you can capture signatures, you can take pictures, things like that, to know that those goods have been delivered to the where they need to go.
Speaking for myself, I'm sort of imagining the person who comes into my office door and I have to sign something because some item that I've bought on self-service procurement is being delivered to my destination. So it's a similar capability to that.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
Excellent.
So tracking it to its final destination.
One final capability that I've heard we also support is some level of offline support. Now, I know in some hospital settings, when you're close to some sensitive equipment, there may not be a Wi-Fi coverage or cell coverage. So offline is obviously important in those environments. Can you tell us a little bit about how we support that?
Sure. For those use cases in hospitals or other industries where either the PAR counting, which doesn't happen inside the warehouse, it's happening elsewhere in the building, or for the final delivery, if those locations don't have coverage, the applications will automatically detect when you go offline. It'll cache all the data you're doing so you can continue working seamlessly. And then when you get connected again, when you get back into coverage, it automatically syncs without having the user doesn't have to do anything. the system detects it and syncs all that stuff back up to the system at that point.
Okay, fantastic. I do know that some of our partners offer a very extensive, complicated, if you like, offline support. Are we trying to match that, or is that still a play for some of these partners?
Definitely. There's a number of industry-specific or more complex use cases that our partners who we have a great relationship with will continue to be, that'll be the best solution for customers. So with mobile inventory, the idea is customers now have a choice. If their requirements are simple enough, we have a great solution that'll keep getting better. Or if they have more complex use cases or industry-specific things, those will continue to be something that partners will deliver solutions for.
So if you're stock counting in a nuclear submarine, maybe a partner solution.
Yes, exactly.
But if you're a normal business, healthcare and other businesses,
Right.
then we got you covered.
Exactly.
All right. So fantastic new capability. Thank you both for talking about it today. It's a super important new capability in Update 2024B, and I'm sure with more to come. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Now on to another area of fantastic innovation in Update 24B, the area of manufacturing, and with it a great example of our drive towards a new experience using Redwood. In 24B, the manufacturing work definition user interface has been enhanced with Redwood. The new UI utilizes a tabular view to search, create, edit, copy, delete, and deactivate a manufacturing work definition, thus reducing the time to launch a new or updated work definition. Well, this is a great example of our use of Redwood, but it is just one of over 45 screens we're delivering in Redwood in Update 24B. Now on to costing, what I call a hidden gem within Fusion Supply Chain. It's a highly differentiated set of capabilities over EBS and JD Edwards. And we're going to look at a new enhancement in Update 24B. The new period costing account balances report helps users easily reconcile general ledger account balances for posting from cost accounting. This aids in continuous close of financial accounting, and continuous close, as you know, is one of the major innovations delivered by our friends in ERP and finance. Users can view cost accounting balances in summary by accounting line type and drill down as necessary. Now on to order pricing. In Update 24B, order management pricing now supports creating price adjustments and discounts based on an item's classification in a sales catalog. This new feature reduces pricing maintenance, decreases order pricing errors, and enables the reuse of functional catalogs for discount and rebate eligibility. The price adjustments and discounts are automatically applied to the sales order line based on the item being part of a category. Users can view the details of line item price and information as to why the discount was given. Now on to channel revenue management, a close cousin of pricing. Within channel revenue management, volume promotions are used to incentivize customers to purchase larger quantities of products. With volume programs, you can define percentage or amount per unit rebates based on sales attainment tiers. Retrospective calculations are supported, and product eligibility by item or for all items with exclusions. Co-op programs are used by manufacturers or distributors to create marketing funds used for promotional activities such as advertising. Funds are accrued based on product sales during the promotional period. More sales yields more funds to spend on marketing activities. Channel revenue management streamlines and automates rebate tracking and payment, improves operational visibility to how customers utilize promotional programs, and provides financial visibility to rebate liabilities. Now, transportation management, and a great additional example of our use of AI in Update 24B. In Oracle Transportation Management, order routing is run using deterministic rules and algorithms to provide optimal transportation routes for shipments. However, there are often network conditions or other reasons not modeled in OTM, causing users to change an order's chosen route to meet their preferences and knowledge. In 24B, OTM uses AI machine learning techniques to learn from historical executed orders during order routing prediction. Now orders are routed in a manner the end user desires. Now on to warehouse management, and among the many features being delivered in Warehouse Management Update 24B, we are expanding further our capabilities in Redwood Mobile Experience. With each release, we expand the capabilities of the Redwood WMS mobile app, providing the warehouse operator with a more modern, intuitive, and time-efficient mobile experience to complete their work in the warehouse. And now, Product Lifecycle Management Update 24B. Usability is critical everywhere, but perhaps nowhere more so than in PLM. Update 24B offers the new Redwood user experience to run fast, efficient searches for items, manufacturers, and proposals. The search returns quick results, even for large datasets. Users can refine search results further using filters that dynamically update the return data without slowing the search speed. We have already been beta testing this with a number of our customers, and the response has been fantastic. It's my great pleasure to introduce now Tom Anthony, Vice President of Procurement Product Strategy. So Tom, a lot going on in procurement, I dare say. Can you give us some idea of what's coming in 24B?
We've got some exciting capabilities coming in 24B. In Source to Pay alone, we have over 40 new functional capabilities that we're delivering that all add value to your organization. And we've got some great new capabilities around self-service procurement, around just better user adoption, more capabilities to allow companies to move to our new self-service procurement solution.
All developed in Redwood, all developed mobile, in Redwood, desktop,
mobile, responsive,
the whole thing.
It's great. And then what's generating, I think, the most excitement is the generative AI capabilities in sourcing.
Generative AI, my goodness, it's definitely a topic of conversation these days. So can you tell me a little bit about, how we're using it in sourcing in order to drive efficiencies and improvement?
Sure. In sourcing, there's two capabilities with generative AI. The first is supplier discovery, where you want to look at what potential suppliers are out there in the universe of suppliers that could deliver a good or service that somebody's requested for your organization. The next area is around generating a cover page, kind of summarizing what it is that you're putting out for bid so that suppliers can quickly review that and know what they're going to be responding to.
I'm sure our listeners are going to want to know a little bit more about how things work, so perhaps you can share us an example of this in action.
Sure. So in supplier discovery, we can look at all the attributes about what you're putting out for bid, the items, the categories, etc., and go out and ask GenAI, who are the potential suppliers to provide that? So it's very easy. Click a button. It comes back with recommendations. You can accept those. You can regenerate the list and look at the details for each and every line.
Absolutely fantastic. And just to do it another way would require detailed searches, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and potentially missing out on finding new suppliers that could deliver better product, better value.
Absolutely. Most of that would be outside the system, doing web searches, picking up the phone, making calls. Trying to do that discovery manually takes a lot of time and a lot of effort that's better spent elsewhere.
So that was supplier discovery. What about the generation of the cover page? Can you go into that in a bit more detail?
Yeah, it's very similar to the discovery in that we're using attributes about what you're putting out for bid, but this time we also know a little bit about your organization. We know the start, we know the end dates. And so generative AI can do a summarization of all those details and actually put a well-formatted summary together without having that blank page effect for your buyers trying to figure out, how do I summarize this? So the summarization use case for Gen AI here is really powerful.
Yeah, so it gives you sort of a well-formatted page, consistency, and does so in a much more quicker, more efficient way.
Exactly.
Okay. So two kind of classic examples, selection, suggesting ideas, and then also assisted authoring and summarization. These, I think, are really great use cases of Gen AI.
Absolutely.
And do you have a sense of how much benefit these can deliver our customers?
I think the benefits are around speed and efficiency. We've got some customers that are doing thousands of negotiations a month. And so every little bit of time we can save them with summarization or with finding the right suppliers really helps them do more without straining their resources.
And I would assume that resources and time and efficiency are critical to most purchasing organizations.
Absolutely. It's one of the top of mind issues is, skill management, talent management, and leveraging what you do have the most efficiently that you can.
So I have a sense that we're kind of scratching the surface a little bit with Gen AI, and that there's probably more to come. I don't want to pre-announce anything, but I'm going to assume that there's a lot more under development in 24C and beyond.
It's a rolling thunder of new generative AI capabilities going out into the next 6 to 12 months. We're very excited about the capabilities, the benefits, and be able to get this in people's hands very quickly. That's one of the big benefits of cloud,
Sure.
is that they can just adopt these new capabilities, and it's not a large uplift in their organization to turn these on.
So a huge new set of developments in Redwood, self-service procurement and others, 40 plus new features plus leading edge capabilities leveraging Gen AI, all in 24B.
Absolutely. And customers are very excited to get their hands on it.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Tom. Appreciate you sharing that with us today.
Thanks, John.
Now, supply chain planning. Many features being delivered in Update 24B, but I'm going to focus on another one of those examples that leverages the power of AI. Oracle Demand Management Cloud now has an automated hyper-tuning feature that processes the data being fed to the forecast model and provides the parameter values that will increase the forecast accuracy. This enables users to decrease the time and cost associated with having qualified system integrators or data scientists to review and tune the data models, in addition to providing more granular control over the machine learning model. Well, we've highlighted just a few of the enhancements in Update 24B, but there are many more. Here is a short list. Fill-kill of sales orders. A brand new Redwood experience for mass maintenance of sub-inventories and locators. In manufacturing, the ability to define a minimum transfer quantity to accelerate the flow of manufacturing work orders through the shop floor. Trade programs in global trade management, never more important than in today's complicated trade environment. Within PLM, the use of a new grid user experience to display the bill of materials. And in supply chain planning, the ability to deep link between supply chain planning and analytics to connect together your insights from the analytics and make them actionable through supply chain planning. And clearly, very many more. Here we list a number of resources where you can find additional information regarding Update 24B, and there's a handy QR code you can use to access them quickly. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next one next quarter.